Hello and welcome to my lifestyle channel. I'm Reina Creole, and on this channel here I vlog about my life living in this fabulous state of Florida, just living and enjoying that Florida lifestyle and all the great things to do here. So in this particular video, it's a little different. As you can see, I'm shooting from my living room studio at night, which goes very well with the point of this video, and that is I am reviewing the meal service known as HelloFresh. Now, for those of you who remember a video I did a couple of weeks ago for one of my blog entries, I talked about one of the things that you can do to make your first week in Florida go smoother is by subscribing to a meal service. And as promised, I have got a review of HelloFresh. But before I get started with that, please do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get to 100 amazing subscribers by the end of this year here on my lifestyle channel. And if you do me the privilege of subscribing, please do hit that notification bell so you can be notified when your girl goes live with fresh new content for you to enjoy. So with that said, let's get on to the video. As you can see, it's the evening. You know, when you come home from a long day, whether it's working or dealing with the kids all day, you know, sometimes you really don't feel like creating a meal from scratch. Now, that is actually where HelloFresh comes in. HelloFresh, as I said before, is a meal subscription service. You sign up and meals are delivered. By default, they're delivered weekly. Now, you can change that particular schedule to be bi-weekly or skip weeks, but pretty much people usually subscribe to it weekly. You can pick the type of meals that you want. Like, for example, usually for every given week, there's like a menu of particular meals that you can pick from for that week. I believe the minimum is 3. I usually go with 4 just because of the price break that I get with that 4th meal. It actually makes economic sense to just go ahead and get the 4th meal. You can, for your meals, you can say, you know, if you just want strictly vegetarian meals, or if you want meals that do not include pork, that's the one that I select. You can get the ones that are like the healthy alternative kind of thing, so you can select those. So there are ways to modify the menus with what is sent to you, or the type of meals that are sent to you for that particular week. Now, you do have a set delivery date, but you can adjust that delivery date by a couple of days. Like for me, my delivery date is usually on a Tuesday. I've been given the option at times to change my delivery date to Friday, but I haven't done that. I like to have the regular schedule of expecting my HelloFresh to arrive on a Tuesday, so I stick with that particular day. But the option to reschedule to a different delivery day, we'll say a different established delivery day. So if there isn't a Thursday delivery day, you can't like say I want Thursday. So if there's Friday offered, that's the alternative day you're gonna get to pick from. So you're probably interested in what is in the HelloFresh box. So what we're gonna do right now in this part of the video is we're gonna flip over to my kitchen studio, where you are going to watch me unbox the HelloFresh delivery that I got this week. So let's flip on over to the kitchen studio. Okay, so this is my HelloFresh box that got delivered today. Actually, it got outside my door, I want to say around 10 a.m. or so. It is now about 7:30 p.m. Kind of did that to see what the contents are going to feel like after sitting outside for that long in the Florida heat for your like typical day. Like it arrives while you're at work. Realistically, by the time you open it, maybe 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. So I'm just kind of testing that theory. So in the box, of course, you're going to get some special offers from, you know, partners they want you to go and spend money with. Let's see, there is, oh, okay, let's see. Give a friend a free box. Sometimes you get these little codes and everything for a free box. I've given those to friends. You can actually get the digital ones from the HelloFresh app or the website. So these are kind of just like physical cards you can, you know, hand people to say, hey, try HelloFresh and see if you like it. So the first thing that they put on top are the recipes. So with my box, I have, let's see, white cheddar Wonder Burgers and Old Bay fries with caramelized onion and special sauce. So as you can see, they kind of have like the ingredients listed here on the side there. Little deal about the special sauce that you're going to make. The sponsored seasoning, which is Old Bay. I've gotten recipes that have had Frank's Red Hot seasoning. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So anyway, they tell you the extra stuff that you need to get, which doesn't come in the box, you know, like black pepper, salt. Apparently there's sugar they want you to use, and cooking oil. I will warn you, sometimes they're a little over with the cooking oil. I kind of like to reduce that as much as possible. So maybe just use 3 teaspoons instead of 4. Just watch my diet, that's just me. Then you see like this prep steps that they have laid out, and the instructions are usually very good, and very easy to follow. I'm a recipe pirate, so sometimes I skip steps, usually because I just don't have the patience. But it's there for people who are nervous about cooking. So I have balsamic, tomato, and herb chicken. This is a repeat order for me. I love this. This is quick. This is easy. It's very, very tasty. Solid hit in my home. And we have the Szechuan beef noodles with scallions and sesame seeds. That looks so delicious in the picture. I've had very good luck with their Asian specialties. It actually tastes really, really good. And here's the creamy dill chicken. I've never tried this before. I like dill, and I like gold potatoes, so I figured I would try this. So those are the 4 recipes that I have. So with this box, I'm going to say for 2 people, or what we call 2 servings, I think it was about $77. So you see that, you probably can't see it too good. Right there, it's like lined, you know, to kind of keep things cool. And you'll see like all the things that are in the bag, those are the fresh ingredients, not the meats, the fresh ingredients that they have. So there's like the white cheddar Wonder Burgers and Old Bay fries. I love Old Bay seasoning. That's going to be a good Friday night meal. Have creamy dill chicken. Let's see. Szechuan beef noodles. And the balsamic tomato with herb chicken. The bags on the bottom are a little wet, probably from the dry ice that's in here. No big deal. They're a good temperature. I feel like they've still been in the refrigerator, and they've actually been outside in the Florida sun for about 4 hours, and then in my house for like another 4. So I like these bags because, and they suggest it, that when you open these, use them to put your trash in from when you're cooking, so you can repurpose that stuff. Okay, so these bags, they will go directly into the refrigerator. All right, so as you can see that dry ice down here? Okay, so in the dry ice, and you gotta move the stuff around because sometimes meat can slide under there, under shipping. So we have ground beef, a little bit less than a pound of ground beef. It's about 10 ounces of ground beef. Then you have the 85% lean ground beef. Got the boneless, skinless chicken breast. That's there. And the chicken cutlet. Okay, so all that is there. Gotta double check, make sure 4 recipes should be 4 meats, 4 packages of meat. We got that, nothing left. Little hint, see these dry ice bags? I like that it's bagged. Do not, by accident, put one in the freezer. It will literally, it'll make your freezer start to malfunction and all your stuff will start melting inside because it just sucks all the cool up. When that does its job, it's not supposed to go in the freezer. Don't make that mistake. Okay, so again, we've got the 4 meats for the 4 recipes. They do not arrive frozen solid, okay? So you have a choice. You can let them sit in your refrigerator. I usually say no more than a week in the refrigerator, nice and cool. If it's gonna be over a week, put it in the freezer. Remember, you can go from refrigerator to freezer and back. But not refreeze it. So anyway, those are the meats. I usually put the meats in my refrigerator thing because as it's fresh, I like, the vegetables and everything. I would say these are 4 meals, need to be cooked within 4 days. So tomorrow night, night after that, night after that, night after that. I get my boxes usually on Tuesday. You can choose which day you want. There's usually an alternative delivery day. I just stick to the day they gave me, which is Tuesday. Works out great. So I have Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night meals. All there, nice and fresh. Cannot wait to make them. Wonderful. So you might want to see pretty much what's in the inside. So you know what, we'll go with the one that is my tried and true favorite, balsamic and tomato herb chicken. It's sealed, QR code on there. So open the seal. And what you see inside is basically all of the things that you need in order to make this meal, exclusive of things like salt and pepper and butter and stuff like that. So we have 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Okay. We have the spaghetti for 2 servings, right there. This one must be with flat Italian parsley. How do I know it's Italian? It's not curly. Your bog standard parsley, that's the curly parsley. The Italian parsley is nice and flat, easy to chop. So that's how you can tell the difference. Let's see. We have the mozzarella cheese. Right there, shredded mozzarella cheese. We have aroma tomato. It seems a little bruised. Actually bruised about a quarter of the surface. I don't like that. If this was in the marketplace, I would pass it up in the market. And let's see, you have 1 garlic clove, literally 1 garlic clove. I like garlic, so if you're a garlic lover, you probably keep garlic cloves on hand on a regular. And a little bottle of balsamic vinegar. So the majority of the ingredients that you need, and here's the chicken cutlet here, it's probably been used, to make that particular meal. So as I said earlier, usually when I'm cooking these, I'll repurpose these bags here to put the scraps and other trash that I have. Get a great second use of this. Nice fresh looking ingredients, except for the bruise on here. I'm just particular about that. So that is the HelloFresh box unboxed. And we'll go back to the other part of the video where I tell you my experiences about cooking meals with the HelloFresh meal delivery system. Now, as I said, I usually buy the set of 4 meals weekly for 2 people. So I have one meal, I cook it, so there's like 2 portions. So there's the one part that I have for dinner and the other part that I'll save and put in the freezer for a nice healthy lunch. So it's economical, so I don't have to, go out anywhere. I work from home, so it's a lot easier for me to, scoot over to the kitchen and make something for lunch. But sometimes you can get kind of just really bogged down in work stuff and you don't feel like you have time to stop and make meals, especially the intricate way that I want to make them. So having a nice from scratch, delicious, tasty meal in the freezer that all I have to do is nuke in the microwave is gold. And the price that I pay right now, I want to say it's about $78 for 4 meals with 2 portions. So $77, you can blow that on one meal at the likes of, like, say, P.F. Chang's or Bahama Breeze or something, something like that. So instead of one meal for like $77, whatever, you have in one portion size, you have 4 meals with 2 portion sizes each. So that works out to, man, my brain does not want to work. It's late tonight. I know it's late and I'm streaming, but you know what? You got to get it in when you can get it in. So we want to say 4 meals, 8 portions. So we're talking like $9 and maybe $9.50 per portion, which is not bad considering you get 95% of the items that you need to create your meal that you're sent. And the other 5% are staples you should have anyway, like salt, pepper, olive oil, butter. Not real expensive stuff that you can have on hand to create these meals. So for my experience, like I showed in the video, there's some remarks that I made with regards to my boxes. My boxes, I always get them on time. Usually my HelloFresh box will hit my front door and then I'll get the notification maybe like about an hour later that it arrived. It's always packed well, all fresh items, fresh meat, fresh veggies, the spices that are packed with it, they all smell, this fresh ones smell fresh. The ones that are packed up still smell fresh and potent. They don't smell like they've been sitting on a shelf for like ages. The directions are very, very good. If you don't know anything about cooking, the directions are very, very detailed to guide you step by step by step. Now, your girl, I am used to cooking by sight. I believe it's called cocina para ojos, but I've been taught sight cooking all of my life. So for me, recipes are the thing that you're forced to sit down and write so somebody else can kind of sort of maybe figure out your recipe. So like I said, I'm a recipe pirate. So I'll just say, no, I don't want to do that, or no, I don't want to use that part. Like for example, they may say use 4 tablespoons of olive oil. I won't. I'll probably use 2 just to start out with and throw a couple of sprinkles in there. There may be a very intricate step that I frankly don't feel like doing, so I'll, throw that part out and, not deal with it. But that's on me. So if the meal doesn't quite turn out too good, and I've never had that experience, that's on me because I changed the recipe. But again, the recipes are very, very detailed. They're on these great 8x10 cards, as I showed you before. Very easy to just hole punch, put them in a binder, and keep note of the meals that you do like, because when those meals come up being available again, if that's a meal that you or your family likes, you know what? Remember that one, order that one again, because that is one that you liked. Same deal. If there were meals that you did not like, the next time those meals come up, just say no. Don't want them. Which brings me to another point about the meals. Now, if you like I said, by default, I'm signed up for three meals. Those 3 meals will get picked. You have no say-so in how those initial meals are picked. However, you do have say-so to go back into the app, change the meals that you want, so that way you get the selection of meals that you chose from what's available, not from what HelloFresh decides, they want to send you. So if you're very particular about the meals that you're sent, like I am, every time that you need to change the number of meals, the type of meals that are available, make sure you go in and do that before the cutoff date. And they will tell you what the cutoff date is in the app that you have to change the types of meals that you want for that particular week. After that date is done, you can't change it anymore. You're kind of like stuck. So if it's a meal you don't like, guess what? You're kind of stuck with it. Sometimes I will get extra items. Sometimes I've gotten like extra sesame seeds. My favorite, I got an extra Frank's Red Hot seasoning packets. Sometimes I've gotten extra garlic. Sometimes I've gotten extra scallions. It's a nice little bonus. Doesn't happen all the time, but I have noticed that that does happen. Now for some of the things that I don't like about HelloFresh. I don't like that sometimes the fruits and vegetables can arrive bruised, and these are for vegetables that you need to handle with extra care, like tomatoes. That's probably the main one. Would be tomatoes. They just said they bruise so easily. So I think that if HelloFresh is going to transport, tomatoes to you, it needs to be put in either like a little tiny box or wrapped in bubble wraps, something to protect it, because there's nothing worse than you getting a tomato and it's bruised all over the place. It's not attractive. Also, the recipes recycle about once a month, which is good for some people, but for me, I can kind of get a little bored with that. That's just me. I like to try new things if I'm getting it from a meal service. And while there are new items, I just noticed some of them just tend to be recycled, which makes sense because supply chain, they need to keep that intact. But for me, I don't know. I just got a little bored. So what I personally wound up doing was changing my delivery from every week to once a month. And the reason why I did that is because I finally have my pantry of like meat and spices and vegetables and all that finally built up after moving here, that I don't need the HelloFresh service as much, every week. So I have the recipes that I like, that I've collected and kind of put to the side so I can recreate them on my own. But I just like to check every month, see if there's something new, and if it's something new or a staple item or staple menu of theirs that I like, then I will order it for that particular week, and I'll just put it on pause for the remaining weeks. Just remember, you have to pause, or aka skip a week. You have to do that before the cutoff date for changes for that week, because a couple times I've forgotten to do that, and surprise, guess what? I have a HelloFresh box coming of stuff I didn't particularly want. So you're probably wondering what my recommendation is for HelloFresh. HelloFresh is the first meal kit service I have subscribed to. And yes, I do recommend it. I keep saying this because the name is HelloFresh. The meals are fresh. All the ingredients are fresh. Very healthy meals for the most part. I mean, you can overdo it with the oil and stuff like that, but that's kind of on you. It's not, what the meal kit provides. You have the variety, you have the economics of it, much cheaper to cook at home than it is to, like, say, get the quick meals, at Publix or Wawa, or go out to eat. That becomes to be very, very, very expensive. You don't have to go to the market to get all of this stuff. You just have it delivered to your home. And if you're like me and you've moved and you're kind of finally at the place where your pantry's kind of built up, you can easily scale back the number of deliveries. As a matter of fact, if you skip a week, HelloFresh will actually send you a coupon for, I think, like $5 off to get you to unpause that particular week. It's very easy to cancel, from what I understand, but I don't have any plans to cancel. I will just skip 3 weeks and then have that last week delivered to me. That's how much I really do like the service. One more thing about HelloFresh. HelloFresh does run an introductory special. Now, the one that I got said that, you can get 11 meals for free. Well, you can, but it's not what you think. It's not like you get 11 meals that you don't pay for. Nah, it don't work like that. So how that pretty much works is it's for 4 weeks. So the first week you get your meals at, I think, like a 50% discount. And then I think the next week is at a 40% discount. Next week is at a 30. The next week is at like a 20% discount. So they just discount the amount of meals that you get. When I tried the introductory offer, I was getting 4 meals delivered, 4 servings apiece, because I just needed to build up the amount of meals that I had cooked and prepared for in my freezer. So after the introductory offer ran out, that's when I switched to just 4 meals for the week that I wanted, with two portions. Because by that time I'd been through their menu, so I could figure out the stuff I liked, the stuff I didn't like, and 4 portions of 4 meals, like 16. That was just too much. But the discount made it economical enough to try that. So I highly suggest doing that. Okay, so with that said, it's going to wrap it up for this video, through this review of the HelloFresh meal delivery service. Let me know in the comments, have you used HelloFresh before? If you have, did you like the service? Is it something that you're continuing to use? And if you've used HelloFresh and you did not like it, I'd like to hear what your experience was with you not liking it. And it's good to hear those opinions as well, especially those of you who've had a bad experience with HelloFresh. I would like to find out about that as well. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you got some value out of this video, please do give it a thumbs up. I would wholly appreciate that. And also, please do your girl the privilege of subscribing to my lifestyle channel and making sure that you hit that notification bell so you can be notified when your girl goes live with some fresh content about living in this wonderful, wonderful state of Florida. Okay, so thank you so very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.